here, obviously going to tell you, you see this thumb? You see this thumb? The one going up your oof and around the corner. This is what you want to do with Jupiter in Aries. You want to just shove up all these new parts of your identity, all these things you've discovered about this is who I am now, about this is what my power looks like, about this is what the expansion of my character looks like. You want to shove them all up. But today, the same day that Jupiter goes into Aries, which really is, when I looked at the report, is really kind of more like May 11th. So a little more like tomorrow. You're going to be asleep by the time things go up, especially if you're a grandpa like me. Jupiter in Aries. Ooh. I'm happy to do this outside today. It's been really cold, so I've been able to do this. I've been able to expand my wings. The same day today that Jupiter's going in, you're also looking at, well, like I said, which is more tomorrow, you're also looking at Mercury Retrograde. So what does the Mercury Retrograde do, and how does it play a part in Jupiter in Aries? And why does this look like delays even while your desires are wanting to rage? Obviously, before I really get into this message, I want you to like this video, drop the thumbs up on the replay or on live. Go ahead and let a boy know. Obviously, also check the event that we have going on. There's the Angel Reiki. It's happening. You'll see it up in the pinned comments. You also will see part 1, okay? As I can hopefully get my joint together. You're also going to see part 1 of Jupiter in Aries. Part 1 is right there. It's at the top of the list. You'll see it when you comment. I see, yeah, sure, that the delays are here, but I'm chilling. So take a moment to vote. You know, just help out the engagement of the channel so that these important messages can get caught. I'm going to give a report for the last 6 zodiac signs. I gave the first 6 in part 1. So if your rising sign or your sun, primarily your rising with the focus, I recommend you check your rising sign, but I recommend you also check your progressed rising sign. I'm a big fan of checking the progression, because you know what? This year, 2022, is where it's at for me, right? I'm progressed Gemini rising right now. I'm feeling like I'm doing so much more talking using the media and the internet than I've ever have in my entire life. My natal is a Scorpio rising, which is like, yo, me as a Scorpio rising, we're not trying to talk this much. We're not trying to reveal this many secrets, right? But this is why the South Node is in Scorpio, because these secrets are coming out, and Gemini rising has helped me to talk about these dark and light themes of my own life, more so to tell a story. And this Children Time Day story, as the beautiful trees in the back. Look how beautiful that tree is. Go ahead and like this video if you think that tree is freaking beautiful. It's awesome. I'm like, this is my hometown. I feel like I've never seen that tree look so gorgeous before. My point is, with the rising signs, you have part 1 in the chat. Go ahead and check that out. If understanding that right now, today we're doing part 2. Only the last 6 zodiac signs: Libra, Scorp, Sag. Somebody asked me about Sag out there, Sag rising. I want you to drop your rising in the chat. If you don't catch this live with us, drop your rising sign in the comments and let me know if it's accurate or not. Obviously, you should be subscribing to this video. I'm going to pull a card to start off this Jupiter energy. And what I would like to tell you before we get into the actual rising signs is, this is listen to the heart and the unspoken sound. All right. Well, I'd like to tell you about the rising signs. I'm sorry, about the Jupiter in Aries in the first place, and what this expansion of your identity, your character looks like. All of your raw, primitive desires and ambitions. Okay. What's poppin', G? Yo, it's funny that you popped up right when I see the spider. Look at this though. This is a double up on the spider energy. On some, like, I might need to take y'all up in the crib and get the real life meanings of this. Honestly, this is creativity energy. This is come out and really creativity energy. Look at the Gemini type aspect. Today we have Fatima, I know you have this deck. Can you give me a little bit about the Tarantula? Because I don't have my book on me. Every time I get the Tarantula, I feel like I always forget what the Tarantula is. I know it's a fire energy, but I do know this has to do about like really like indulging in the sensitivity of your creative nature. And this shows me a little bit already of like, you know, this this duality, this Gemini, this retrograde in Gemini. Spiders are for protection. Oh, what's up, Nakia Mac? How you doing? Funny thing, I just thought today I never pulled it. Yo, I'm telling you, yo, the tarantula is super rare, like, but it comes up, and it bothers the heck out of me that I can't remember it every time it comes up. I like the fact that you said spiders are protection for this Jupiter in Aries. This is when I hear that definition from Nakia about this being protection. What I first get is I see all of the magical colors, right? I did just pull a spider yesterday, and this junk jumped out. This deck is freaking wavy. It is an earth sign. So notice that this spider sign, it really does take its time. In order to create this expansion of your identity, in order to, I don't want to say create, in order to indulge with the patience that's going to be required, as today Mercury has gone retrograde. Anybody that has felt the impacts of retrograde and Mercury, go ahead and drop the comments like what has already kind of had a little shift up in timing. So for me, let's give a prime example. Like I was supposed to do my taxes today. I have the appointment. I was even like right on time because I was doing the last minute, like got to get it up, got to get all my documents. I'm like, I want to keep it clean and clear. And the tax guy didn't show. And then apparently there's a voicemail of, oh, you didn't get my voicemail? I said I wasn't going to be here today. So my tax appointment didn't happen. Now, I gave on another report how for, I believe, Aries, that we're going to be going back over documents and contracts and taxes and shared resources with the government. So this is literally a prime example off the rip about how you really, when you know what's coming, like today, a Mercury retrograde in Gemini, slowing things down like the contracts and really mixing up different communication channels. Another prime example was my YouTube is literally my YouTube, right? But it kept trying to pull in my YouTube from a whole different email, which is zero, niche, nada is in there. I've never done anything on that channel on my different email, and I couldn't get to my base email. These are things where when you know Gemini, when the retrograde happens in Mercury, the mind, the processing of technology and stuff like that, there's no reason to fret. There's no reason to stress. What's up, Shireen? About, you know, these little baby hiccups, because you already know what's coming. So understand that you're going to have these desires about what is expanding your entire identity look like. Check your particular rising signs, so you really know what that's about. If you're anywhere from Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, you are in part 1. So I want to like just give y'all that off the rip. What's up, J-Lo? J-Lo and I got an AstroTherapy session tomorrow. So shout out to you. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for supporting me. And most importantly, thanks for investing in yourself. You know, this is really what it's all about. I like to try to tell people and remind them, like, never forget, like, you know, if you ever take a service with somebody else or a therapy or whatever it is, you're always investing in yourself. You're not really investing in anybody else. So these are the 3 energies that came up, and this is the connection. So the connection right here is masculine support. I can tell you off the rip, it's grounded, stable support. Okay. With the elk energy, this is father-like energy. This is about being reliable. This is about really being disciplined and focusing on those structures. So these delays are happening, understanding, because Saturn will retrograde in Aquarius, masculine energy. Okay, Aquarius is masculine energy. Saturn will retrograde. When is that bad girl retrograde? I just talked about this yesterday in my video. When does Saturn retrograde, Pernell? April 26th? Shoot, sugar crap. I don't know when it retrogrades, but I'm going to take y'all with me on a ride because I need to get that book on some real. I really want to remember what that was about. So give me a second. Let me grab that book. They're coming on a, they're coming on. Oh, sorry. I'm waking up the baby. You're coming on a ride. Hui! Ow, crap. All right, so I got my notebook, and I'm gonna take on my animal book. Retrograde at its finest. Hold on. All right, here we go. So, this is literally retrograde at its finest. Even my mic just pulled out. Okay, let me know if y'all can hear me, just because in case it's acting all funky. Yo, this is funny. This is funny. This is literally the definition. Look, I even closed my iPad by accident. This is wow. This is the definition of retrograde. Like I said, Jupiter in Aries. Thank y'all for the patience. Let's tap in. Let's tap in. Thank y'all for the patience. Thank y'all for waiting. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Okay, so this is the jumper. The wind just took this one on wave. So this is really the connection. I kind of said this already. This is Saturn in Aquarius. This is about building the progressive structure. Understand that Aries, Venus in Aries right now, Jupiter in Aries. Understand that this is a masculine energy. Aries in general is a masculine energy, okay? In its evolution especially, it's a very clear-headed, clear-minded sign. Now in its youth, it's obviously very petty, quite frankly. Pretty instinctive on just jumping the gun and not really thinking ahead of time. So all this retrograde is really helping us in a divine way to kind of think ahead of time by going back in time. So this Jupiter expansion in Aries, I want you to understand that it's going to retrograde June 28th. Can somebody in the chat just type June 28th Jupiter retrograde, just to show other people in there and also remind them on the live chat that by June 28th Jupiter will retrograde. Now why is that important? Because Mercury is going to be in retrograde. What's up, Atusa? And in shadow, what's up, Majin? And in shadow up until when? Thank you very much, Majin. June 18th. Now, until June 18th. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much for dropping into the community, for those thumbs ups, for taking the votes, and just helping people to see this. When people watch those live, I know I'm one of them. Like when I watch live streams sometimes on replays, and I be in those chats, and it feels like I'm still in there even though I'm not catching it live. So I thank y'all. June 18th is when this retrograde that started today will finally be out of its phase, okay, of its official shadow, when retrograde is done. And that's literally on the day that the retreat starts. If you're a woman out there and you're listening to this and you want to come to a retreat in Mexico, today a spot literally just opened up. Excuse me, there were some shifts and a spot opened up literally today. So again, notice right there, that's already on the day that the retrograde starts. There's a bounce back already. There's a bounce back already in one of the spots where the retreat opened up. I had my taxes I literally had my appointment at 11 o'clock. I get there, they're closed. And I don't even have a phone because I'm in the US for like 10 more days. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to get a phone. So I don't have the phone. And I can't even call the tax place to be like, yo, where y'all at, homie? Like, what's up? Where y'all at? 88 on screen. So now I got to go home and then get the call when I get back on Wi-Fi. I started this live. Y'all see some of the disruption. I got to go back in and get my book, right? Because I'm a nerd and I love it. Powers to the nerds if you're a nerd out there. All right, so I wrote that information in my other book, so that's that. All right, let's get into Jupiter, really why this is a delay even on the biggest desires of who you are today, now, who you value now. When the retrograde happens in Gemini, we're going to actually go back in a couple days to Mercury in Taurus. So this is going to help us to review the page Saturn. Yo, Saturn is like come here, little boy, let me test you. But I'm like, you can't get me, Saturn. I'm cool-headed. I'm cool. We cool, baby. Don't worry, Saturn. I know you all about that father time. It's cool. I'll wait for all my blessings. What am I in a rush for? I got these beautiful trees. I got a beautiful community. What are we rushing for? Okay, cool. Couple hiccups here and there. What are we rushing for? January 2023. This is when you really start to see everything you're putting in now that's going to hit the delays. This is when you see it really popping off. Why? Because, whoa, hello, abundance, with Mr. B pulling up on my face. The B was like, confirmation. The B was like, confirmation. We in there. January 28th. Mercury in Taurus is when? Nakia. So right now, Mercury is in Gemini, but it's going retrograde, and it started at 4 degrees. What's up? How you doing? Popping tops. So it's only at 4 degrees, the beginning of Gemini, so it's going to retrograde back. Mercury's going to be in Taurus in a couple days. It really won't take that long. And it's going to bring us back to what were you planting for seeds on April 26th. This is what it is. Bzz, bzz. Busy bees, baby. This is Virgo moon, busy bees. And you know, the best part is in the middle of the day, I didn't really get to be with my mom as much as I wanted to on Mother's Day itself. So today is actually the Mexican Mother's Day, which is really cool because I had the time to go out with my mom and my nephew on for some Chinese food, like this old Chinese spot that I used to eat when I was here, and it's still good. And we gotta sit out in the grass, and it was really nice. So, you know, again, delays, but the delays can bring something beautiful already right there. I got to make up Mother's Day on a different day, which is actually the Mexican holiday, which is where I live right now. So that's freaking dope. I see 11 people on screen. Can I get 11 thumbs up? Can we do that? Can we grant that wish? All right. When's the specific day Mercury goes in retrograde? Honestly, I don't know. But I know Mercury was in Taurus. I'm sorry, when is it specific on Taurus? I don't know. But I know it was in Taurus. And this is bringing us back to what seeds did you plant April 26th. So off the rip, I want to have you, blessings to my mama, thank you. I want to have you off the rip, think and look at your phone right quick and say, okay, April 26th, what was happening? So for me, what was happening, I believe right around that time, I like just brought the property for the women coming down in the retreat. So I think I put down like half of the deposit right away. That was about, I don't even know. I'm just going to say, what was it, like $1,400? That was about half on that day. But the whole thing's not necessarily paid. So it's like June something, literally June 18th, we're out of retrograde shadow. I think the payment is due, like the full payment, the rest of it, like June, I don't remember. It's like June 14th or something like that. I think the whole rest of the full payment is done. So this is Mercury retrograde. It's like Aries is requiring us to push forward, take these new cardinal starts, okay? Right? 1010 on screen, closing doors, opening new ones. It's allowing us to push forward into these brand new starts. But because the retrogrades are there, it's saying, hey, look, we want you to push forward, but Aries, you're really 0 to 2, you're an infant, so we need to put little guiders on you. We need to put some bumper rails on you. You know when you go bowling and you bowl, but you really just too young where you're going to keep getting gutter balls? Boom. This is about 14. I keep seeing 14. You just got me on pause. Media, socials, and communication. I've been saying 14 a lot. And I'm a 14 baby. I was born on the 14th. What is also cool about 14, as I get back to saying, is people born on the 14th are pretty much born warriors. Literally. You are like born ancient fighters. And you have, from what I understand, 14 warrior angels that are always fighting your battles. So if you feel like if you were born on the 14th and you watch this, just let me know in the comments, live or on replay. And let me know if you feel like you used to have to always fight, but then one day you realize that you have so much angelic support fighting for you that part of your job is actually to chill out and let them do a lot of those battles. So I'm definitely in that category where now they started letting me see some of those metaphysical battles, and it's freaking cool. Because as an Aries, like I'm like, let's go to war. Okay. You now have Venus and Jupiter both in Aries. This is us not only valuing what the new fresh start looks like in our identity, but valuing the expansion of it. Now, as much as we want to push for it really fast, this retrograde has everybody on chill. Mom Dukes, you got people saying Happy Mother's Day to you. Hey, gang, gang. What it do? What it do? What it do? Too cool. Ooh, look at that. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. All right. Way too cool. This is really dope. And I want to say thank all of y'all on here live. Why? Because for the last 4 years, I've been traveling on my own, working my own company. And this YouTube is a part of that entire model. So I want to give y'all thank you, because on times like Mother's Day or to see my nephew, I can actually have the means to go ahead and pull up on a Mother's Day, to pull up on a nephew's birthday. Both of them are right around the same time. My father's coming in, the whole family, the whole gang's coming in. So it's like, you know, I want to say thank y'all to y'all, because this is a part of that expansion where if I think about that expansion of myself, part of that is also on Aries energy, on like some baby boss stuff, right? Like Aries is the baby boss. Tell her mom's a part of the crew now. She was loving the crew. She was loving the crew. Aries is like on some baby boss stuff. So it's like, you know, when I first started off in my company, I was not able to do stuff like this. Like I literally remember being stuck in certain countries when I was living in Asia, because it was way too far and it cost way too much money, and life was like, you're not going nowhere. You can't afford to go home on a Mother's Day. You can't afford to go visit your nephew when you want. So this is a part of Jupiter always showing expansion. Now, with the delays in Mercury, this is what's critical. We're only going to get a real 10 days. A real 10 day. You can say 11 because technically it's not in Jupiter yet. Technically Aries is not in Jupiter yet. It's still in Pisces at the 29th degree, which is saying what? All of your irrational fears are being met with unconditional love. You're being forced to surrender and find a way to unconditionally love each one of your irrational fears. Literally, you're being forced to see it and actually allow them to dissolve, because mutable energies dissolve things. And that's what's happening right now. So I want anybody to just share a story about what have you been dissolving that you've recognized as an irrational fear. What have you dissolved that you recognize as an irrational fear? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Let your peers know. What have you dissolved? Duty calls, guys. I'll be back. Yo, it's funny because I be on the phone, and then next thing you know, my joint just go on mute, and people are starting to pick up. They're like, yo, is he on a duty call mission? It sounds a little too quiet on the other side. Next thing you know, like, yo, you good, you good? Separation anxiety. There we go. What has it been for me? Irrational fear. Yo, on some real part, those irrational fears for me has been, I'm a Scorpio rising, right? That eclipse is coming. That eclipse is coming. Got the heartbeat like do 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 do. Nervous energy do 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 do. I went to take a walk, and I was walking, and I was like, damn it, I'm not gonna get there in time. So like literally, I was getting ready to go box, right? Jupiter's in Aries. Here's this like burst of energy, and I'm like, oh man, okay. I called my cousin. I'm like, yo, I got my bag. I could be there in 15 minutes. Now I knew the walk took 30, but I was like, I'd be there in 15. I was like, maybe I could jog. I walked. I started jogging a little bit. I got like halfway down the street, and I'm realizing, oh snap, this is not gonna happen. And so I walked back home. This is the rush of Aries energy. We want to rush certain things. We want to rush on certain desires. I would love to box my cousin. He don't live too far, but that 30-minute walk, he still had to take his kid to go play softball. And so I really would have only had, by the time I got there, I would have just been basically walking back home. It would have been wasted. So this is a part of that. We want to rush. We want to rush. I want to rush. I am an Aries. I want to rush on certain things. I'm not going to stunt. And at the same time, I'm freaking chilling, which is dope. But the reason I bring that up is we only get a real 10 to 11 days where June 18th, Mercury Retrograde finishes his shadow, so we can speed up again. In Mercury, Gemini and Mercury, fast mind, logic. We had a chance to reassess when it went into Taurus. We had a chance to reassess what was the values we had again, that we had a chance to logically think about. Okay, I logically thought about it, Mercury in Gemini. I'm going back. I want to make sure, is this the stuff I really, really value? Is these the resources I really, really want to build, that I really want to work towards? Because Taurus is lazy as all hell, and Taurus is like, I want to make sure I know where I'm going. Do I know where I'm going? because we're talking foundational. So once I put the cement down, I can't really lift this back up. This is foundation. So if I cement this with really, chasing pleasure over my peace, damn, I can't take that back up. So now that I took an objective look about this with a masculine energy of Gemini, let me go ahead and go back to the Taurus, Mercury and Taurus during this retrograde and see, is this the final call? It's like the project manager saying, this is the final call. Whatever you cement now about what you value, which is going to be what attracts the money for you, about what you value, what's going to attract the home and the stability and the farm and the foods that you want to secure that, we're going to attract all that by making sure this is what we really, really want. Because we got Aries, we got everybody valuing this fresh start. We got everybody valuing that quick, impulsive, yet instinctive action. We got everybody valuing conflict a little bit more. So everybody's ego is a little bit stronger. This is very conflict type energy. People might start yelling and arguing. The criticism might be really, really high. And if it's uninvolved and people are not used to that Aries energy, it's going to be very petty on top of that. It's going to be very petty where people are just going to be angry when they can't explain themselves. If you find somebody just can't explain themselves, be mindful of how angry they are, and that their anger or the ways they disrupt you with raw emotions that are just really overwhelming and just not really thought through and completely unconscious in nature. Be careful and be mindful of who's acting from an unconscious place, from a place with a lack of experience. And if you're not an Aries, you're not used to like air or fire type burst energy, then you might already be really, really frustrated. Perfect example. Like, because to be honest, like me as a triple Aries, like there's some things like I can kind of see forward. I'm like, oh yeah, this used to really, really get me. Like if I had a season like this coming now, I would have been running into all the walls. Just, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. But instead, the evolution of Aries can now say, nah, there's too much tension. Something's not right. Let me just pull back. I got something else I can do. I got somewhere else I can go. So instead, what did I do? Instead, I drove to my aunt's house and I rang the doorbell. She wasn't there. I don't have a phone, right? Literally, I got this phone, but there's no service. Like, there's no service on the phone. So it's Wi-Fi or die, right? And so instead, I had the time to write out a note to my family, and I wrote to my cousin and my aunt, and I popped it in her mailbox. And I said, look, I'm going to hit you with the old school pull-up because I don't have service. So I can't even call you to tell you I'm here. I don't even know if you're in the house and you're just not answering it because you're doing something. I have no idea. But I was here. So this delay from me having my tax appointment that I was there and the mofo didn't tell me nothing. Miscommunication. Trying to expand myself. Trying to really like do right by the government. Right? Like do right by Saturn Aquarius and pay up. What's up, Big Daddy Saturn? But those delays said not yet. Prime example, YouTube. There's something called AdSense. Once I went ahead and got to the point of monetization, I told you this on a different video. This is what Jupiter Aries looks like in this time frame of it being on slow, being on halt. Boom, giving us mini tests. And I said this when the moon was in Leo. I said, we're going to get very non-committal tests. You're going to be tested by non-committal sources. Non-committal relationships with others, people who really got no ties to you. This tax guy, for example, he ain't got no ties to me. It's the first time I'm coming to him. I've never been to this specific tax guy. My last tax guy had a stroke. God sent blessings to him. Obviously, I hope he's good. But it's the first time. It's a non-committal relationship. So he's not even really caring about who did I miss because he don't know me. He don't even know what he's about to get. I'm about to make this man rich. He has no idea. Non-committal. And so, AdSense as an example. I'm trying to give y'all examples of these are the areas in my own personal life so you can apply it to yours where things are expanding as a part of who I am as this baby boss. Aries, I'm thinking baby boss energy where AdSense came. This is a part of what I need in order for YouTube to actually pay to get the monetization. And I told you they had the first delay on. I wasn't able to apply. My W-9 forms and stuff didn't go in. Okay, great. That happened. Now AdSense like, great, you can go ahead to the next step. I verify on the next step. They go, okay, today they say, now we're going to send you a PIN number in your mail for 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not going to be here in 3 to 4 weeks. Literally, I'm going to be back in Mexico prepping Puerto Escondido for the women's retreat. Puerto Escondido for the women's retreat. Puerto Escondido for the women's retreat. So I'm going to be in, whew, let's pull it back. Let's pull it back. Retrograde energy. Let me pull my energy back. Yeah. So I literally won't be here. So then I'm going to have to make phone calls back to the States and be like, hey, did y'all get a mail? So instead, Saturn in Aquarius, what did I do to create the structure and the progression? It said 3 or 4 weeks. I looked at today. I said, today's the 10th. What's 10 plus 21? I was like, oh, that's on the 31st. But on the 31st, I'm already going to be in Mexico, and then on the 1st, I'm getting back in the plane on the 1st. So it's like there goes one more delay, because I'm like, if I'm getting on a plane and I set that notification, I know from personal experience, this is Aries energy. When it gets experienced, it's evolving. I know from personal experience that if I'm going to get in a plane the day before, I'm going to have to be checking into my flight. I'm going to have to be repacking my bags. I'm flying into Mexico. I'm going to be flying back from Mexico to a different place on the day before. So I'm going to have to repack my bags. I'm going to be leaving a house that I didn't even book yet, literally, even though I'll be there in 13 days. I didn't book my apartment, and I'll be there in 13 days. So all these things have to happen. So instead, I put it on the 7th of what month? Of June. I said, okay, on June 7th, remind me, phone, set a reminder on June 7th that I'm going to get my pen for AdSense, and if I forget, I need to remember and tell them to family, aka to check the mailbox. Did I get my pen? That's literally June 7th. So like I said, the retrograde's finishing in Mercury in when? June 18th. So all those things are going to be really lining up. You're going to get your first clarity point at the Cazimi. The Cazimi, Mercury Cazimi, is when you're in a retrograde, and eventually the planet comes back around to 0 degrees. So Gemini's sun's going to be in 0, and Mercury's going to be at 0. So what does this mean? This means that at this point, you're going to have the realization. The sun is helping us to realize. It shines light on things. So when the when the Mercury's at 0 again, it's going to shine light on what has become clear in this entire process. Again, going back to April 26th. So what am I saying? Though Jupiter is in Aries literally by tomorrow morning, or technically by like late in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, what day is the Cazimi? The Cazimi is March 21st. I'm lying, not March. What month is this? May. It's May 21st. And what I can do is, I can show y'all here, I could do this because I did the retrograde video yesterday. Sugar crap. It'd be easier for my phone. I did the retrograde video yesterday, and I gave out like 8 to 9 dates about what's going to walk you through all of this shaky energy. If you're brand new on this, like this, go ahead and drop a thumbs up for your boy. I'm going to drop the actual Mercury retrograde video here so that I can stop talking about it and get more to Jupiter and Aries, what you're really here for, so I can give you what you really want. I love when I'm wearing my glasses and I be like this. I'm like, I want to be like, and I recognize, oh my God, P, they're already on. It's like the vision is be playing with me. The vision be playing with me. And I also want to just take a moment to say, I really love y'all. Y'all rock. Y'all really rock. I really rock with y'all. All right, so I'm in the live chat. Come on. Delays and desires to rush. Come on, baby. Okay, thank you. We got it. So, live chat. Whoops. Okay, that's the wrong link. That's the Angel Reiki link. Definitely show up, though. This Saturday. Closing doors, baby. And it's going to help you, all this Aries energy. Because when there's so many doors open, you have a lot of options, right? So if you got a crap ton of options, Aries might not be conscious enough to know what door do I want to go through. It might choose what impulsively it decides it wants to go to. And it might really feel good. And you should really trust that instinct. Because what it's going to do is allow you to explore new gates and avenues. But if I'm helping you to close a lot of the doors at this next event, then guess what? You can push forward through the doors that are automatically and more in alignment. So I'll see y'all then. Okay, voila. That is Jupiter and no, that's the Mercury retrograde video. Boom, boom, boom. This is a lot. This is my first time doing this live out here, so things are a lot quicker. at my last setup because I know what the heck I was doing. And before I get right into these rising signs, I'm going to start with Libra, then go to Scorpio, and then move on to the rest, all 6 last final zodiac signs. Before I get on to that, what I would like to do, I don't know, Pernell, peace dealer, we're talking hella trash about Pisces. Yo, because you know what? On some real talk, Pisces are dangerous. On some real talk, I know Pisces. I really know Pisces. And when I tell you, Pisces, an unevolved Pisces is your worst nightmare. Alright. Cause I don't know, he's talking crap about Pisces. Pisces unevolved is your worst nightmare. Honestly, the thing about Pisces that's pretty wild is that they essentially have Scarlet Witch. I met my first Scarlet Witch in real life, by the way. Who knows Marvel? It'll be my last astrologer spirit based session, rather, to reiterate. I don't know. So looks like somebody's talking about booking a session. Dope. Good for you. That's on a whole different avenue. Where's my live? Okay, I got it. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Doctor Strange movie was wild. I can't wait to watch that. So Pisces is basically like Scarlet Witch from, and don't tell me nothing about the Doctor Strange movie. My dad's also a Marvel buff, so I'm waiting till he pulls up, and I'm going to try to go watch it with him. I should text him because he probably already watched it. Pisces is like Scarlet Witch, right? Where it has the ability to alter reality itself. Elijah, are you down the box, bro? Let me know. Because honestly, I got, like I said, 13 days left. I know you're in Connecticut. And that's one way I can like double things up. Because I don't have enough time to be meeting everybody. But that'd be great. If you're down the box, I can teach you how. And I'm talking about with the mitts and the things. Yep. Let's do it. You got my number. I'm gonna hit you up. Or you hit me up if I forget. Okay, Jupiter in Aries, we're going to get to it. Pisces is basically like Scarlet Witch. It has the ability to implant realities, nightmares, daydreams, and make you believe that something is there or that you're having an emotion that you're not. And last night, I actually recognized, and I saw it in my mom's eye. I was like, oh crap. My mom was a Scarlet Witch. That was the most wow. I'm like, if I'm being honest, I didn't even know that was a real thing. But one of my past lives can very easily remember this glaze. She had this glaze in her eye. And I'm not kidding you. The glaze in her eye was red. It was glowing red. And I was like, whose eyes in real life, in a real human body, glow red? That's just weird. And that's wild. And I start staring at it. And I'm like looking at her like, what the heck's going on? And we're having a really intense ass conversation. What's a Scarlet Witch? It's from Marvel. WandaVision, it came out on Disney Plus, I think, will be the best explanation. She created an entire world and she mind controlled a whole town, literally. But the thing is, in a sense, like eventually she was controlling so much that people started really understanding that they were against their own will. And she was so hurt that she created this entire reality. It works very easily on weak minds as well. A little more difficult on a strong mind, if you will, because it's a mental projection, right? But, she did and created such a reality, an alternate reality, where inside of this bubble, this auric field, the entire town was literally invisible, and it dissipated and it evaporated. And like everybody else that was outside that bubble literally kind of like forgot about the town itself. So a Scarlet Witch has the ability to alter perception and reality, and it understands the emotions of others so well. Pisces, literally Pisces, the emotional understanding of the surroundings so well that If it's ever in a hurt stage, it can literally detach from the human reality to such an extent that it will create a reality where suffering doesn't exist. And this is one of the magical abilities of Pisces, right? Master gaslighters. Yeah, if Cancer is like the baby gaslighter, Pisces is the masters. They're literally ethereal in their ability to gaslight. Not kidding. So this is also people with 12th house placements. Yes, yeah, damn, right? This junk is buck wild. This is something crazy. And like, with all due respect, like, I mean, my mom did this when she was younger, right? Like, she went through her divorce. She went through the pain of infidelity. And as a part of that, she created some realities. Now, me, my childhood, I was Pisces 4th house. My 4th house is Pisces. So in my childhood, in the young family days, Pisces was the it. So I literally learned, and it all came in crazy. I was like, holy crap. Last night, I literally looked at my mom's eyes last night. I'm like, because the same thing happened with my sister. Now, my sister has, I think, like a Virgo opposite of Pisces in the 12th house. And I recognized that my sister created an entire reality over the last couple of days. But I was able to like flash back to when I was a kid, and these things came back like a flood of memories. And I was like, oh, snap. I knew this as a little boy, but no one believed me. Like, literally no one believed me. And so I literally isolated myself from the world, because I'm like, I see this fake world. But at the same time, I don't know how to explain this the way that I'm doing now. This is Jupiter in Aries, the expansion of my character. I've been this character. Now, part of it is, I'm literally telling you that within my mother and my sister, there's Scarlet Witch abilities. And these are the type of people that I grew up with. This is the type of training. But I chose, whoa, look at that, bug in the air, hello. But I chose, whoa. What the, see, what just happened right now? I know very clearly. The type of thing where, you know, Pisces can feel, I'm literally, my house is right here, right? There's nobody necessarily outside, but Pisces has the ability to understand its entire emotional surrounding, where even through the walls, they can hear energetically what I'm saying. And a lot of this stuff is unconscious. A lot of this stuff, if you have a hurt Pisces, a lot of this energy will be completely subconscious. 12th house is subconscious programming. When these irrational fears, WandaVision-ish, there you go, that's what I'm talking about, Nakia. These irrational fears, 12th house, can be so powerful that when the illusion, for Pisces, when it's revealed, it's very painful. And instead, it's like, let's create a deeper illusion. Let's create an alternate reality within an alternate reality. This is Inception. Yep, I immediately thought about when you said Marvel. Yep. And so that bug hit me in the ear was kind of like, it was like buzzing and saying like, warning, I hear you. Literally. Now, they don't have to know that. That's the whole thing. Nikki and Matt look like my cousin's name. What's up, Whitney Complex? Check. So if this is really cool that this tangent came off, because I am in Aries, and so my 4th house was Pisces growing up. So I grew in this. Now, I chose these parents and this family to come back and be reincarnated. Why? Because I'm here as a spiritual warrior, quite frankly. Crap, I'm not even looking at the camera the whole time. My bad. I'm here as a spiritual warrior. I'm literally here to sit here and bring that unconditional Pisces type love, and it's positive. So what does that mean? I have to be trained, literally, even in youth, by the masters, okay? By the height of what the ethereal plane can touch on the human third density. This is third density. Earth is a third density. So before I came back and reincarnated, I always knew that I was going to be a part of the convergence when the 4th density, 5th density, 6th density were all coming in with the 3D, which means that things that are in spirit realms that never used to be able to physically manifest will begin to be able to physically manifest. Spirits are being able to physically manifest. Things that can't take form here are beginning to learn how. And some of that is coming through possession. So understand that some part of this energy is to be able to, the ability to possess somebody's mind and actually make them believe something with such an immaculate illusion that you often don't know you're under the disguise of this alternate reality created, usually from hurt and pain. So this is Pisces, and it's really in its negative. It can detach and just literally evaporate from existence. in a way where it never existed. It is ether in nature. It has this ability. And it really just removes its responsibility to bring the unconditional love. And it does so by basically stepping out of time, space, and reality altogether and creating alternate and stepping into different dimensions where it doesn't have to deal with the suffering of this planet. All right. That was a little tangent. But that was wild. I mean, I just found out that my mother is a Scarlet Witch. I was like, you're a Scarlet Witch. She was like, what? And now, mind you, like my mother, our family grew up in a religious type home. So it's like, I'm actually really happy that she was able to kind of embrace that. She actually was like, yeah, I am. She just knew. She literally just knew. Even though she would never really, she'd be like, naturally, any other way. If I didn't say the word scarlet, she loves red. This color red, her entire home is this color. Like literally. And I was like, it started hitting crazy. I was like, just look at your life. Like you literally wear the color scarlet and your entire home is scarlet. Your car is scarlet. The interior design is scarlet. Everything is scarlet. She owns it, literally, which is wild because like I'm telling you, like she's literally on the Christian wave where it's like to say and accept that she's a witch is like, nah, she's not doing that. So for her to do that, I was like, it's true. I was trained by a Scarlet Witch and that's badass. That makes me so happy. So dope. It wasn't really dope when these things were going on and I was defenseless against this spiritual reality created. But I knew as a kid, because I went back and I'm looking at pictures on Being Here Now. The movie's gonna blow your mind. I know it will. I'm so happy for it because this is so meant for me. Like, because I forgot, I know Scarlet Witch is gonna be in it, in the movie. So this is really cool. It is gonna blow my mind because it's gonna remind me of more of my past life powers. Because I'm like, look, if I was trained by this, then what the hell can I do? My offspring in my 4th house in Pisces too. My mom is Pisces. Yeah, that Pisces junk is wild. So Nakia, you already know. You know, your entire childhood was not real. This is Pisces 4th house. My entire childhood was not real. Interesting, came back in time to tight. Y'all, look at that. My childhood was not real. So this is wild. It literally the entire thing was a grand illusion. But when I look back and I saw my face in one of these pictures, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, yo, that young guy right there, he knew. That young guy knew. That young guy knew what was going on. What's up, dude? He knew. And then somewhere in like teenage years, I kind of like escaped out of it. Yes, me too. Been in isolation for so long. So my mom and not my son. And I had that talk to my mom last night. I literally had to tell my mom, I was like, look, mom, like, and I said it probably for the second time in the last 3 days. I was like, I'm not a human. And I was like, you know what? I can't pretend anymore. I'm sick of pretending. I literally was like, you know what? I'm not a human. Like, family does not have the same meaning for me. Like, my whole family is cosmic. I was like, I've had eons and thousands of years of different families in different meat suits. Like, I can't embrace the family in the way that the expectation of the son is supposed to do as the oldest child or whatever. I can't do it. I was like, I can't keep playing. I was like, I'm a cosmic warrior, mom. I'm literally out here, and I was like, my dragons are waking up in my gut. The last that came to me was green and then yellow. I was like, you're a Scarlet Witch and I can see you. Ashley is something completely different. And I'm literally like naming things out. I'm naming them out and I'm like, I'm done. No more pretending. Because I had told us, like, understanding this is very lonely. This is part of me stepping back into my Jupiter, the expansion. Aries valuing me, myself as an Aries. Literally me valuing myself as an Aries, but in a primitive way. Aries is the most primitive sign in Venus. So it's like, in a way that's just like, we no longer care. I don't give a who to who. Who to who. I don't give a who to who. Who to who. I'm a mother alien. Alien. At least to you. Because I think you are one too. Okay. This is the 4 energies that came out. The elk is fully established within themselves and they know their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. This is Mercury going back from Gemini, as we took the objective masculine look, into the feminine sign where we can go ahead and destroy. Feminine energy, this is part of what the retreat is about down in Mexico, helping women understand how to embrace their darker feminine energy. What's up, Virgo, Sun, Cap, Moon? I'm always saying I'm an alien. Yeah. You know what, J-Lo? You know, I start recognizing the humans on Earth are aliens. I'm not an alien. I'm normal. These people here have always been aliens to me. I've always felt that. I was like, am I the only one on the planet that is normal? So this is when it goes back into the feminine energy of Taurus. Our mind is going to start destroying these hidden enemies. Okay, whoever was attacking you and you started getting in Mercury was in Gemini, so you started seeing more objectively, like, who just not on your squad, who is really a part of those hidden enemies. You're just looking at them like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? I see you. I saw you when Mercury was in Taurus. It's Taurus season, so I can see literally my physical eyes. Even things that are metaphysically there, you can better see them. And now it's going back into that energy of Taurus, Mercury. Back to April 26th, that's when you should check. It's going to be 26 degrees of Taurus, Mercury in Taurus, April 26th. Whatever was happening during that time, we're checking in with those core values. And because you're going to solidify that properly, this is what the elk energy is going to say. They then become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. You have to be careful because sometimes the elk energy can become inflated. The exhortation of Aries. Okay, Aries is like ego. Literally, the sun is exalted in Aries. This is ego. Right? Big BDE, okay? BDE. That's big dong energy. That's big dong energy, BDE. And so this card makes good fathers, mothers, lovers, and the world needs more energy like this. Very stable energy. So why we're going back as we expand into this more masculine presence of ourselves to this feminine is to just destroy, literally, add the chaos and take away all of the hidden enemies and just say you no longer belong, I don't value you. And on top of that are irrational fears, which is the bigger thing behind this. If you're brand new on this, I want you to just go ahead and drop the thumbs up. I got 2 thumbs. Drop 2 if you can. Obviously we're always taking donations. That's apparently a thing on this super chat thing now, so I'm gonna start finding a way to create memberships for people on YouTube. So I didn't get there yet, but I will be pulling stuff in like that for more private things going on, people who really want to evolve. That's that. This is father energy. This is actually my card for the year. I kind of got this card for the year. I'm in the process of creating a family. Literally, this is my south node in Cancer and my north node in Cap. I'm stepping away from this exact family dynamic, but learning how to also do so with compassion. Learning how I really require them to be a part of my upbringing so that I can work with that big emperor energy. All right. I see the beaver here. This is again saying doing the work to build family. That's not the card I actually pulled. I'm going to leave it alone. It is a water card, but it's water and earth. And the beaver is kind of like Cancer. It's like it is really relentless when it decides what it wants to do. And I took on the traits in relationship. Yeah, forget those Pisces relationship traits. I took on some of that dreaminess. I thought that nobody could be bad. I'm not going to lie to you. I was really delusional. I was dead delusional. I thought that people were good. I thought that nobody bad existed in the world, but there's evil out there. And it's ironic because I'm a light worker. I'm so much fire. I am literally here to purify all of that dark. So, hey, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to fully embrace that. Some of y'all mother are just evil. And you know what? I'm coming through and I'm smiting all of y'all in exactly the way my spirit guide tells me to do it. So, yeah. I'm learning my lessons, okay? I'm learning my lessons, part of my lessons. So this is where part of my irrational fears has come up. Some of my irrational fears is about really allowing the suspicion, like really kind of growing up thinking that everybody was good on some real, and like that evil people just, like, why would anybody want to be evil? That to me just makes no sense. I really get confused. I'm not going to lie to you. It confuses the heck out of me. It was like, what is wrong with this species? Why are people so mean? And it took me time to see that, and I didn't believe that at first. So, you know, part of my irrational fears is some of those illusionary relationships that I've witnessed, okay, in that Pisces 4th house childhood. As I step back into my character, especially my masculine energy, this is masculine energy. Aries is masculine energy. Jupiter and Venus is there. We're taking the clear approach. Instinct. In order for me to get to that place of being stable, I have to also recognize that if you don't align with my core values, then you don't exist. Okay? I'm going to pull a real life Pisces on you. I'm going to pull a Pisces on you. I will make you go poof. If you do not align with my core values, you don't respect them, and if you bring instability to my life, because I, especially in partnerships, let's say I'm Taurus 7th house. I'm Taurus 7th house. I need stable partnerships. But I kept finding all of these flimsy, flingy type women who I'm thinking, oh, you're the one. I'm about to marry you. And then it's like, nah, she was just on for the bandwagon. Nah, people really do that? Yes, Pernell, people do that. No, I don't believe it. So then I go on to another one. And then it happens again. And then it's like, oh, people stand on my back and they step on my shoulders and they go fly. Literally, they fly. But then they forgot that they didn't have the formula. So then they fall on their face. But this is literally a part of that irrational fear where, you know, that I'm not going to be able to embrace the good people that come into my life. As Scorpio rising, that the suspicion will just outweigh and allow me to just push away the good. And I don't want that to happen. So this is part of my 12th house of rational fears coming to the surface. So I've been addressing that. How? By having straight up conversations. There's 1000% evil out there, yeah. And I will eat up for breakfast. For breakfast. And that's my 0 degrees in Scorpio. Yes, yes, yes. Wanting to go void something. Yes, yes, yes. I had to really learn that as an Aries in the Scorpio rising and an Aries moon and an Aries Mercury, I really love the smoke. I didn't know y'all was evil before, but guess what I do now? And I love the smoke. I love when God takes me off the bench and says, God of wartime. Yes, 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 I know. I told you not to go fight, but you can do it now, Bobby. Go get him, because this one won't learn. We got to take that one out of the whole cycle. Go sick him. Get the God of War out. Bring him out. Actually, you know what? The God of War in Aztec culture as well, I cannot pronounce his name, or its name. It's called Huitzapolototec, something like that. But the God of War has a flaming serpent, literally a flaming serpent sword, as well as the God of War is just fire altogether. So it's funny because Aries is fire too, right? Don't project the past onto the new. Thank you, Shireen, for the reminder, because this is really coming out. Yes, like, stop trying to play me. Although you put the sword down, the scales are there. Absolutely. But you know what? And I always try to remind people of this because, you know, there's some part of me, like I said, kind of like what J-Lo said. I don't really like when people want to attack me from my back. That really is, quite frankly, annoying. It really is. And Aries be getting that smoke. The peace dealer said it. He's like, Aries, you're going to be seeing a lot of this stuff first, and people are going to be throwing stones behind your back. It's just what it is, because nobody really wants to fight the God of War. So that's the part that I hate the most about it. It's like, stop throwing. Yes, J-Lo, you are the hibbity hoobla. Thank you. That's exactly why I couldn't pronounce that word. I heard it real life, okay? I got some Mexican friends and they were telling me how to pronounce that, but it's buck wild. Oh my God, that's why I was doing my thing. Come to my face. Yeah, come to my face. Oh, come to my face. Oh, come to my face. Oh, they don't want that. And if they do, and this is the thing that's great though, because every once in a while, God does allow me to kind of sick them and they let them come to my face. And I love to blaze those motherfuckers. What up? Turn the stones into tools. Come to my face. Oh, all right. I actually had that conversation really recently with my mom, even last night. And I was like, look, there's a lot of fake stuff in the family. I don't play that. I literally said it. It's like, I see it. I always saw it. And I no longer care to play posh. Honestly, I no longer care to play like Libra. I'm not doing no superficial nonsense. I see y'all. And I'm calling it out. Everybody's getting called out. Everybody's getting that smoke. And that smoke looks like we're going to talk. We're going to have these convos. Aries Sun in Vedic resonates. I felt people are afraid to confront me. Yeah, because you got that Pisces energy. Nobody ever wants to confront Pisces. That's the dumbest thing on the planet. Because they will send you on a whirlwind. Okay. Now the first real card that I saw that came out other than this, for this Jupiter in Aries, I know this card is a sign of creativity, but also about patience. It takes a lot of patience to spin such a beautiful web. Okay? And if you look at a spider's web, it's usually always perfect too. It's never really crooked, right? It's never like lopsided. Ooh, it's getting a little chilly out here. Okay, the sun is going down. Spider, where are you? Okay, the creator of prosperity. This is what this is happening. Prosperity, okay, is what you own, what you have, your possessions. That's Taurus. Mercury going back into Taurus on this retrograde. The creator of prosperity, but it's through life's work, aka your dharma. It's through your dharma. It's through your dharma. This is purpose. I literally was just saying this to my family again. I was like, look, honestly, my purpose is not to be a family man in this family. I was like, I'm a cosmic warrior. Like, I'm out here going country to country and I'm waking up souls. Literally, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, I'm sparking the soul of people, but I'm not staying. I'm cardinal energy. I'm pushing forward again and again and again. This is a part of my dharma. Ninth house, I think of ninth houses like dharmas. I'm Leo in the ninth. Jupiter and Leo in the ninth. I'm Jupiter and Leo in the ninth. It's like to run these tribes and to teach. Ninth house is teaching. Okay, these are the teachers. These are to run these tribes. Jupiter and Leo is past life royalty. Literally, it's like you don't get to touch me or I chop your head off. And I had to really learn how to honestly adjust to this, because it's like, what do you mean you're not going to give me the attention that I deserve and that I want? Both. In the immature stages, definitely that I want. What do you mean? Off with you. Literally. It's like, give me all that attention. Honestly. What's up, Brandy? But again, we have to go through the evolutions of that, which looks like really being more charming, quite frankly, and generous, really magnanimous. This is the more positive Leo energy. So dharma, look at ninth house in your chart. Look at your north node in your chart. Part of my north node is second house Capricorn. This is literally constructing my own new family base. Literally, from the top down, me seeing what needs to happen and pushing forward and bringing that into material reality. Off with their heads. I'm so down for that wave. You got Jupiter and Leo? Oh, what's up? Bro, I ain't know. Even me, and even me was evil too. Nah, Scorpio is pure. Gang, thank you. I'm recognizing that people were really recognizing that they didn't stop playing it on Scorpio, John. Just because we don't want to tell y'all what we see, because we sick of seeing what we see. Like, do you know how tiring it is to be a Scorpio and be seeing all that nonsense? We watch all the unconscious patterns of everybody, and it's really annoying, especially when people are basically spitting in our face and then acting like we don't see it. It's annoying. It's so annoying. Mad annoying. And then y'all gonna play us like we're evil. Come on now. Leo is more evil than Scorpio. Literally. And it's childish as heck. Alright. Yeah, the spider is the greatest weaver of dharma. Purpose. That web supports the spider and those around it. Look it. This is what's happening right now, yo. Literally. I just talked about it. Both financially. Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. And spiritually. It is hard work, and this is why I want you to understand. This is why these delays are pulling up. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. So I see y'all voting in the chat. I thank y'all for hitting those thumbs up as well on this Jupiter in Aries video. It reminds me that creativity is everywhere. Be process orientated. Moon is in Virgo today. Process orientated, analyzing and creating practical deals. I made a Virgo Moon Astro download today. It's up. Rather than being results orientated, be process orientated rather than results orientated. This is just the work. This is the daily work, and part of the daily work is making sure you take a walk in between. Is making sure that you go eat food and take care of your body. It's making sure that you do everything on the body that plays well for the mental. Okay, Virgo Moon feels so nice, right? It's like go relax. Chill out. You ain't got to be doing all the moon. You know, I used to think that Virgo Moon coming means like work. But Virgo Moon oftentimes means rest. Because you're already usually working so much. Soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance follows. When you're out of balance, you're feeling discouraged, tired, and forlorn. Are you feeling discouraged, tired, or forlorn? Or are you in balance and feeling appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous? Quite frankly, I feel prosperous. I feel very appreciative, and I'm pretty enthusiastic about life. I'm even enthusiastic about my unconscious fears and my hidden enemies right now. I'm really enthusiastic about them too, because we're going back over that retrograde and I'm grabbing out my witch broom, okay? I told you already I was raised by scarlet witches. I'm going back to grab my witch broom. And we're going to undo that false-ass reality and we're going to handle business. To bring it to balance, focus on playful creativity. The final that I really want to look at, and I'm going to really get into the Jupiter and Aries menu, is the fire of the tarantula. Because I knew the spider enough already, but the tarantula always throws me off guard. I'm like, what the heck is the tarantula? All right, here we go. Scorpion, hyena, fire ant. I used to get the fire ant a lot. It used to piss me off. Hate the fire ant. When you get the fire ant card, like, you're really being a pest. Wow, I know it's a fire. All right, here is the card. I mean, they want to play games. They won't let me find it right now. All right. 3 different spiders today. Wow, Brandy, we're going to talk about that. Making themselves known. That's full level creativity. That's you saying that you're about to line up. I know we have our AstroTherapy session, and that's literally saying that you're about to line up. I think you're the same Brandy that I'm having. If it's not, I don't know if that's you, Brandy. Brandy, did you book a session with me? Because I have a Brandy that's doing an AstroTherapy session this Friday. But I feel like that's not you. I feel like there might be another Brandy. Because I don't think that was your same username. Okay, this tarantula says that we're at a crossword. And we're claiming life's purpose. Wow, this is what I've been telling you about Jupiter and Aries and Venus and Aries. Like, in order to claim your purpose, you have to be yourself, right? This card literally says that you're at a crossroad claiming that purpose. Okay, but understand, we today just hit the retrograde. So we have to think back before we really jump off. I said, in October 18th, I want to say, where's Jupiter and Aries? Let me see this. Okay, Jupiter and Aries will retrograde June 28th. All right, I'm gonna copy and paste this real quick. I'm gonna drop this in the chat so y'all can see this. And all right, and I thank y'all for those thumbs up. Y'all really rock. I rock with y'all. I appreciate y'all for that. 8 legs, 8 eyes. Bang, Pernell, you say you've been saying 8 a lot every day. Jupiter in Aquarius, every day. I was thinking of the ant. Yeah, every day, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. The abundance is on pour. So y'all could take the delays all you want, gods. Set me up to make sure that I'm ready for it. I don't want abundance that I can't manage or that I can't handle. Let me do the hard work first. Let me do, okay, this tedious planning and there's tedious steps so that my Dharma and my purpose can really be fully actualized. This is self-actualization of Aries energy and Venus. Boom. Fatima would just say, yo, she just texted me on the, hey, look at this. Look at this. Doubled up. Doubled up. Doubled up. So Jupiter will retrograde in Aries June 18th. This is 10 days after the Mercury retrograde finishes. Retrograde and Mercury comes back out of Gemini June 18th. June 18th. So we only get 10 days to actually, I want you to realize this. From June 18th to June 28th, this is your first real 10 days to just do this. Boom! I want you to stuff the world. No matter how many mistakes you make, it doesn't matter because you're going to go retrograde. Thank you, J-Lo, for your donation. I appreciate you. I hope they give you a sticker or something on your name. Understand what I'm saying. You got 10 days, 10 real days, there you go, Fatima, to rock it. And that's going to happen June 18th. That's actually my father's birthday. This is funny. Why? Because this is the elk energy. Not only is it my father's birthday, but it's a day that I'm taking full charge on running and hosting a retreat for women down in Mexico. 8 women coming down to Mexico. And by the way, a spot just opened up today, so I want to just say that. Literally today, one of the spots just opened up. So if you're there, you want to be there, go ahead and just send me an email, say something to me, and we'll get on a one-on-one call and help you understand what that retreat really looks like. June 18th is my father's birthday. The elk energy is the father. Literally, it's also the day that Mercury comes out of shadow period retrograde. Okay, J-Lo is psychic. I thought you almost said psycho. I was like, hey, don't be calling my people psycho. Don't be calling my people. You want to see psycho? I'll show you psycho. Okay. But he said psychic. Yes. Now, the tarantula represents a moment when a great decision needs to be made. It involves prioritizing your life's purpose or your dharma. A habit, routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet, a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. So like right now, like I'm not going to stunt. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that Ganji sometimes. I'm going to drag it. But this is the season where that drag ain't happening at all. It ain't happening. This would be a sidetrack from my dream. Okay, at this stage. Now there are different stages where it's like, look, the rest, recuperation, when all that extra Piscean energy was in the sky, when we had like what, Venus in Pisces and even on Moon in Pisces days, these are the days I fully take my escape. I'm like, psst, we out of here. I'm going to go create. I'm going to go take my rest. I'm going to go isolate. I'm going to go chill out with myself, right? But this ain't the season for that. This is the season for sidetracking habits to get out the way. This is telling you that what is your habit that is really keeping you back from your purpose, that's not allowing you to refocus your attention. In order for your true happiness, you got to choose dharma. I just had this conversation. This is not choosing material things and wealth and status. This is choosing your purpose. That is true happiness. Until you do, everything you do will be fleeting, temporary. Okay, that's also this Venus and Aries energy in its fall. Now in its fall, this is the impulse. Okay, this is that impulsive energy that says it's not thinking forward, it's not thinking ahead. This is you essentially like on the the lowest levels of energies. What's up, champ? On the lowest levels of energies, this is really you engaging in sexual endeavors and in sexual relationships that you know really doesn't fit your soul. You know it really just tears you up. And it's like, okay, great. You were satisfied for the moment. You got your little nut. But that nut was just like, I should have just stayed home and took care of myself. That's how that nut be feeling. So this is the claim your purpose. This is going to bring you true happiness. You have my birth name. Purge and purify. Yes, it's me. Oh, it is you. Okay. I got your birth name. Okay. So thank you as well for also booking an AstroTherapy session with me. Anybody else that wants to, look, I'm Scorpio right now. We 6th house. 6th house is the work. I got so much work. But the beauty is, all prior I had so much rest. So it was like, ooh, and the beaver card just flew. Okay, the wind is starting to roll. This is the family card. This is literally the family card and it's doing the work. So it's like, right now I have the open season to go ahead and fill my entire schedule up. My junk is just packed. It's ridiculous. It's a little stressful how much is there, but it's really not at the same time because all of it is what? Systemized. I did the work when Saturn in Aquarius, which is my placement in 3rd house. The part of those is conversations, negotiations, when it comes to learning what needs to happen and also having contracts, stuff like that. All that stuff was built. And because of it, I can sustain the 6th house work that's being pressed on me as a Scorpio rising. All my Scorpio risings out there, y'all working hard right now. The beaver don't give a damn. I love that. You're really dope for that, actually. The beaver don't give a damn. This is fire energy, this tarantula. And it asks you, when this card comes, it's hovering you to say, be patient and calm. Like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows that you're going to choose wisely. You're going to choose purpose. Do not over intellectualize. That's when you're out of balance. Do not hesitate. AKA Aries. That's when you're out of balance. Aries never hesitates. If anything, we pull a trigger. I got a friend that literally calls me pull a trigger P. He's like, yo, I'm going to make sure that your family puts on your tombstone, pull the trigger P. I was like, thank you, my guy. And he's like, because all I do is pull triggers. It's what I do as an Aries. Literally, I love it. I hate when I can't pull triggers. It's so annoying. When you're in balance, you follow your intuition. Hello, there goes the B. Once again, the B made an 8 and a circle. Wow. It just circled. It made an 8 and it made a circle. Gang. To help bring yourself into balance, journal daily. Which one of y'all in the chat needs to journal? That's for somebody. And the last card that we have as we get into the Jupiter and Aries message and the rising signs for Libra up to Pisces, rising and suns, is the Swan. It's a water element. All right. I need to put this scarf on my body because this wind is so cold. It's keeping me awake. It's like, wake up, Bobby. Where the water at? I know the water's back here. Stop playing with me. This deck is like moving on me, yo. Oh, okay. Mercury in Gemini. Nope, it's in the front. Mercury Retrograde, baby. That bee is haunting me. I got like 6 more bees in the front of my house. All right. Swan. Got it. Here's the swan. Drinking water like crazy. The beaver don't give it. Yeah. I meant to tell y'all that. Drink a lot of water. This is a good season for it because Aries, Venus in Aries and now Jupiter there as well. Aries can burn up very easily. It's taken me a very long time, and honestly, I'm still working with it of how not to overheat. Because we overheat in a hot second, yo. Literally. I could be ice cold and just, but my head could be steaming. All right, here we go. This card always reminds me about Pisces, actually. Somebody's talking about Pisces. This is effortless creativity. All right, this is Mars in Pisces. Everything you do insert right now is effortless in whatever you create. This is the sensitive mystic. I am definitely sensitive as hell. I had to really learn and embrace this. Your grandfather's birthday, June 18th too? Yup, me too. My dad is June 18th. He's a Gemini, and the retreat's on the 18th for the women. Holla back, youngin'. Woo, woo. And this is all about elegant power. So elegant power is a sensitive mystic, and it's effortless creativity. Let's see how this plays into Jupiter and Aries. The swan represents heightened creativity and Hindu mythology. The goddess Saraswati is the embodiment of language, Gemini, creativity, and artistry, Gemini. And this is Gemini Mercury right now, going in retrograde. This is what this card is so far. As well as Pisces for that sensitive mystic. The goddess rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there. To the fluid realm of writing. Fluid, that's mutable energy, okay? Dissolving the problems. Allowing the problems to dissolve themselves. If you're new on this, definitely hit the thumbs up. Help your boy out. Get this channel to spread its wings. Mutable sign dissolves the problem. It solves the problem by dissolving all the barriers around it. And that's how it finishes and finds solutions. But it doesn't really push. It's not an Aries cardinal energy. It's not any cardinal signs. And it doesn't stay stuck either. It allows itself to flow. So this fluid realm of writing, creativity, and reflecting is what this swan helps you with to take you there. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention. This is the consistent message all through. For solo time, ooh, I've been feeling that, yo. Virgo moon definitely makes you kind of want to be alone. You might want to spend a little time with people you care about and serve people a little bit because they went over 19 degrees. Your fortune, your part of fortune in Virgo was over 19 degrees. So if you serve people on a one-on-one base, today I went out with my mom on a one-on-one level. Today is the Mexican Mother's Day. I didn't get to be with her on Mother's Day really itself. And I got to do it today, literally. So that's dope. But notice now I'm on something different. Notice earlier I'm on something different. And then a little later after this, I'm going to be dolo. Hey, 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 Jamie. Jamie, June 18th, the retreat is here, baby. And this is when Mercury comes out of shadow on the same day that we start, girl. Awesome. So the time that we're at the retreat, it's only 7 days long. Y'all check this, 888. Thank you. I appreciate you for your donation. I hope they give you a gem or something like that. Listen, on the retreat, June 18th, we're out of retrograde. Okay, June 28th, 3 days after the retreat, we go into retrograde for Jupiter. So what are we saying? The entire retreat time, we are in the middle time frame of what I told people. I said during this 10-day gap, when there's no retrogrades for Mercury or Jupiter, there's only a 10-day gap when Jupiter is in Aries. This is when you push that mother lover forward so strong. You step into your identity, you expand so forcefully. We're going to go all the way out, and we're going to know exactly what we value and exactly what we had to cover. And we're going to be coming out of the most strenuous and patient and calm time. From now until June 18th, we're going to be required to embrace patience, required to embrace our inner light, our inner hermit, okay? To really check in with what do we logically understand and we value, and What are we making sure we do to get these hidden enemies out of our bracket, these open enemies out of our face? Get out my face. Get out my face. Get out my face. We're doing all that, and we're tapping in with our values. What do we value, even from a monetary standpoint, but also from a resource standpoint? Okay, and also for your food. We're going to get all that in check. And in that middle 10-day gap, you're going to be able to still go home after the 25th retreat ends and still have 3 more days to digest and push forward, even on your own at home, into this new identity. And then Jupiter will go retrograde again. And it'll be there, like I said, to June 28th, up until October 27th, which is mad funny because October 27th was my first girlfriend who shattered my little heart, which is a big heart, into tiny little scorpion pieces. She was a Scorpio. This is my first relationship, and it's like my first real one that I was like overly madly in love, like 4.5 years. I was like, this is it. This is the end. This is who I marry. As a Scorpio rising, I'm like, I got it. This is what I want. And that Scorpio shattered me into little pieces. Then I had to pick up each and every little one of them and try to glue them back together. So, hey, shout out to you. Thank you for all the experiences. Thank you for the love that I've been able to come back to. You rock. I wish you the best. And then finally, Jupiter enters Pisces. All right. After that retrograde until December 20th. That's what I was saying. Not until January 2023 will Jupiter, everything we do in that 10-day slot, when that retrograde finishes. I'm so freaking pumped for this. You have no idea. I'm so pumped that I want to curse, but I'm making a part of my retrograde is fixing up my language so that more things can award me on YouTube by not cursing. So I'm going to take the challenge on. I'm tricking myself, taking the challenge on. And so, but I'm so excited. I want to curse. I want to use my Mercury in Aries, and I want to, but I'm going to find more clever ways. The 27, your ex-boyfriend too, yo, isn't those 27 babies evil? Those 27 babies are evil. My mom is June 11th, daughter June 8th. What are those, cancers? Fatima, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The 888, we've been seeing those 8s, both her and I. This potent healing energy is not to be taken for granted or lightly. When the Swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention. Solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard. This is meditation energy for sure. An inner vision is likely to be revealed. Take time to be dolo. Virgo moon is a good time to take care of yourself. I want you tonight to take a spiritual bath. Go ahead and drop, some bath salts in there, some exfoliation salts. Drop in some naranja, or what is that in English? Orange. Drop in some orange essential oils. Drop in, the eucalyptus in the bath. Get the bubbles up. Go outside if it's sunny and go pick up some flowers that are off on the floor right now and use those flowers in your bath. Use those flowers to, make your bath pretty and take a moment of self-care. And that's going to be, those flowers could represent self-love. So you don't have a bath and it's flat. I know that junk sucks, right? This is the part that sucks. I thank you for reminding me of that, and I'm happy I said it too, because I only have a bath here. I'm not going to have a bath when I go back to Mexico. So that's the part that sucks about traveling. Baths aren't really a thing. So thank you for saying that, because I'm going to make sure I take a bath. I'm going to do the self-care too. All right. This is the energy that we have, ladies and gentlemen, as we now get ready to get into the report. I remind you through a brief review of what's happening. I encourage you to share what you feel the message is from the cards that were pulled. Understand that the overall energy was this elk energy here, so I'm trying not to block it. All right, this was the overall energy, okay? And this one is the one that just kept flying out. This is family, all right? The elk is family, the father figure in the family. Foot bath, you heard her. Take a foot bath. Make a body same difference. After a nice shower, yep. Take a foot bath. That's a good idea for old Clark say, who has a really cool freaking name coming out of Don't tell me where are you from. I know it's in Scandinavia. Is it Sweden? Because it's not Switzerland. It's not Norway. It's not Denmark. Which one? This has got to be Sweden. Are you from Sweden? Did I get it right? Dr. Bono's Pure Castile Soap for those who don't have VAFs. Yo, I felt like a real commercial. Anybody that's new on here, go ahead and drop your thumbs up. Help the video, help the channel. And anything that y'all interpret from this particular message that I didn't say, it was Sweden, thank you. Yep. I got the memory of an elephant, baby. I remember everything. Just give me time. Any message that y'all get from this as an individual, go ahead and drop that. Wow, that's how I know we really got a community, because the whole community knows. They're like, nah, she from Sweden, baby. She from Sweden. Because I'm coming out there to take that couch, because I know it's expensive out there, mother. I see 17 votes. Most people were saying, yeah, sure, yeah, I'm chilling, which is pretty dope. Very few feel like it's annoying, and others are saying that these days are healthy. So that's really good to see that the majority of the people in this community really got their mind in the right spot. I really love to see it. So this is the message of Jupiter in Aries. All right. While y'all type whatever y'all type, what I got for myself is to embrace this effortless time frame where understand that there's not really anything that you specifically have to do, rather than to allow things, aka your irrational fears, to dissolve. This is going to help you embrace a dream and reveal a part of what makes you a sensitive mystic. It's going to help you reveal certain forms of creativity. I highly recommend that right now you write. This is the recommendation of the Tarantula, and it's going to help you to align and get back on track with your purpose and your dharma. This card also says to take the time to weave that dharma. This is all patience. These are delays, right? Halloween, Scorpio, gang. My aunt was born on Halloween. She's a little bit evil too. I'm not going to stunt. She's a little evil. She was cool growing up. She still was evil then, but we were kids, so she was less evil because we were kids. But as we grew, she was just... But whatever. And I don't think it's that simple. I don't really think she's just flat out evil. She's just not my cup all the way. She's cool as crap, though. She really is cool. I really like her. This is saying get real structured. Take that fatherly masculine approach on being stable and reliable. This is us going back into Taurus, but coming from the masculine energy of our objective mind in Gemini, literally. So let that objectivity of the elk, masculine energy, earth energy, to bring us to the destruction. When Mercury goes back, April 26th, can somebody type April 26th in the chat? Because this is the day that you planted the seeds for this retrograde. This retrograde in Mercury is where the seeds were planted. You can even say it 1 to 2 days or so before or after. And like I know for myself during this time frame, like I made like some different crypto investments. I made some different, I invested in the Airbnb around this time and put the deposit down the first half for the women's retreat. Gang. I also am going to owe Airbnb some stuff that's going to come back for this retrograde for spilling wax, because I know they're going to find a way. This is also my taxes, which were due April 26th. Thank you, Clarence Day. These are the C's. My taxes are going to come back. All this stuff is the stuff that in between. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening, but it's helping to build towards the family, okay? Water and earth. This is the family, and really being in touch and in tune with the emotions of yourself and the family, being in touch and in tune with the emotions of the family, but the one that you're constructing and building. It doesn't have to be who you already have as family. And let them know that's going to take some time. So you're going to want to really burst off in this, but to be honest, this Jupiter in Aries is not really going to kick booty until January 3rd, 2023. January 2023, when I tell you what you do in that 10 days, from the 18th to the 28th of June, what you do in that 10 days, that is what you want to stuff in, because that's what's going to take that extra time to just culminate. It's going to have to take that time to culminate. I would say the eclipse integration of the lower chakra red. Yup. I almost forgot that this is eclipse season for a second. Yup. Aisha, you trying to box?
Hello?
No, in like 30 minutes? Say yes. Say yes. Say yes.
I'm not supposed to be down here, brother.
In 30 minutes, say yes.
Alright, I'll see.
Okay, thank you. I would love the box. I'm trying to get boxing going. All right. So that's right. My sister gonna know how to fight. Ain't nobody gonna be picking on her. No way. Hit him with the 1-2 okie doke. All right, here we go. Real talk. This is a good time for martial arts. I wanted to say that to people. I said that I think in the first part 1 Jupiter Aries video. This is a good time for martial arts. Why? Because it really helps you with the mental control. It really helps you with mental control. Great time, because all this fiery energy, you got to find an outlet somewhere, somehow. All right. Could be April 30th, partial solar eclipse that happened. Yep, because the Mercury Retrograde is going to bring us back over to the 26th. So we're going to cover April 30th. April 30th is going to be covered. I wrote those other dates that are in the Mercury Retrograde video that I did. So honestly, I did that with Feral Love, and that was honestly one of my favorite lives. That junk was wavy. That junk was wavy. So y'all gotta check that out. I'm so not used to seeing this donation thing at the top of the screen, and I just want to say thank y'all again. It's like I'm like, oh crap. Your rewards will come. Okay? Your rewards will come. All right, I'm gonna, right before I kick off now on Jupiter in Aries, I'm gonna get my nerd on real quick. I'm gonna give y'all this last thing, because in all sincerity, that Mercury retrograde video with Feral Love was off the chain. I've been doing kicks while cooking. Y'all, Bruce Lee joint. Sag rising with a North Node in Aries here. What's up, Ash B? Bruce Lee? I love my Bruce Lee joint. Yeah, anyone see The Last Dragon? Y'all, absolutely. Great film. Absolutely. I love all types of things. I love me a good martial arts film, you know? And it's the mental discipline that ultimately is being required right now. Because Aries is a very infantile sign. So to monitor this energy appropriately, it requires mental discipline. Martial arts is a way that it can still get its physical exertion out. You have to tire yourself out physically a little bit during these transits, so that mentally you don't get overwhelmed and worked by the distractions. You have to find extra releases, and Virgo moon today is helping to make sure that you take care of your body in a way where you get this excess mental energy, which is highly analytical, actually out. One way, being on paper, write down in your agenda what you have to do. Don't just depend on your mind remembering it. And then the second way, on the more physical fiery side, to go ahead and get work in. Jupiter in Aries. Finally, that's the report for the part 2. Libra Risings. Here we go. Libra Risings and Libra Suns. 7th house. Your partnership. Mars Day. Gang, gang, let's get it. Your partnership, Libra Risings. At this moment, I'm going to go. Can somebody go thumbs up? Not thumbs up. I didn't mean thumbs up. What I meant. This is timestamp. Okay, this is where we're timestamping. I'm going to shoot out loud. Libra Risings. You're going through the 7th house. You are expanding that partnership sector of your chart. First off, check where 7th house is for you, okay? Because it's going to matter. But also the fact that you're Libra Rising, your partnerships are expanding. Libra, you are essentially taking this expansion and what those traditional values that look like. You are somebody where people be playing you. You know, you do date a lot, you do flirt heavy, it is what it is, but at the end of the day, you're not really giving up that nookie. You're not really giving up the nani. And this is the part where Aries might on a quick fly until it becomes more conscious, but you already are intellectual. You're an intellectual as a wind sign. You already are conscious, Libra. So it's like people are really getting it twisted that, you know, you're very closely linked in ways to Capricorn, which is about traditions. So in relationships, you're very traditional dater. You're very much like, you know, you want somebody to open the door for you, or you want to be the one that opens the door for somebody. So this expansion is actually going over your partnership sector. You're going to get closer to really knowing how to be yourself in the relationship and not giving up so much that you use passive aggression in the times of you being hurt and expressing your anger in a way that is not very healthy. You're now expanding your entire identity in this space of Jupiter and Aries, where you can show up better in your relationship dynamics. Libra, this is you, baby. Fresh new start, valuing. You know, who are you in relationships so that you can actually have what you want, because you want a really solid, stable, long-lasting relationship. And the only reason why you date a lot of people and nobody knows, one is because you're the master and the most charming of all the signs, so no one will ever know. You're the most low-key person who gets everybody to pay for you. And this is what I also see, the expansion of your business partnerships and really having business partners to kind of expand who you are in these relationships. You're going to get expanded as an individual, and I really see you getting the bag. Again, take it up to more like January 2023, and everything in the meanwhile, just really take inventory of these values of yours. Scorpio, baby, 6th house. You the 6th house, your 6th house, Aries, to Aries. And this is what I said already, like, my Venus is in Aries. The work is already here. For Scorpio rising, I said it, like, work is looking crazy, right? And it's going to keep being that way. So what I require for you, Scorpio, is to realize and remember that you are the strategist and you know how to play the long spider game. Literally, you know how to play this long spider energy. So as a part of that, make sure that you are taking the proper care of your body. Because you, Scorpios, myself included, with the risings, we can become so focused on a project, especially something we're passionate about, where we really can deny certain parts. Like, honestly, today, like, I had literally cooked breakfast, and then the breakfast was done. I made it all pretty and everything, and then I started working, and I, like, forgot about my breakfast. Literally, just, like, so focused. So you're gonna really have to take care of your bodies during this expansion. But if you do, really, this looks like your day-to-day work being a lot more aligned with your most unique character, Scorpio. All my Scorpios out there, your work, your daily work that you do, not what you're known for, not even what you value, but the actual work you do, which is the part that you really need to care about, right? Because it's like, this is what you're doing every day. These are the routines you are setting. These are the systems that you are creating, and the ones that you're making sure are improving consistently as you expand deeper into your character and everything that you value, Scorpio. So know that if you do not follow this energy appropriately, guess what happens? Your mental health will suffer tremendously. Essentially, your emotions will become so turbulent because you're not getting enough expression in the right ways. And if your work is not aligned with your most raw and primitive character, I'm not going to say your most unique character because that's more Leo. Aries is just raw. Aries is just like, look, we out the gate, baby. Head up, coming out of the, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Just head, just busting right through that thing. So it's like, who are you at birth? Who are you at birth when it comes to your forms of creativity? And is your work that you do aligned with that level of innate genius, the genius and creativity of the infinite self? Somebody please do help out what Clark said with that answer. Scorpio, this is what I see for you in this expansion. Again, January 23rd is really when this is going off. But mind you, that same 10 days, I'm a Scorpio rising, that same 10 days where I said whatever you put in now is going to be what you expand. Me and my most authentic and unique work for me is really working with people in person, quite frankly. Like, the internet is cool and all, but it's, for me, it's like that retreat is the same time frame that Jupiter in Aries is working on me as a Scorpio rising. It's like that little block, that 10 days right there. And I'm going to have 3 days after the retreat to really digest and stay in Mexico as well. That retreat is the time frame when Jupiter in Aries is retrograde is not happening in Mercury, and retrograde is not happening in Jupiter yet. So it's going to show me, aka, and I already know what's happening in that time frame. I'm running a retreat. This is that expansion right there for me. And so I know that by next year, sometime after around January, I might be ready to go ahead and run the males retreat. And then in that same year, hopefully run the males and the females in combination. So we'll see how that all works out. But this is what I foresee for you, Scorpios. That's just my actual work, I'm passionate about, and a matter of making sure that you're improving the systems and the things, as well as the systems and routines you keep to keep your body up to actually sustain the work. Scorpios, you are working a lot all May. You're working a lot all May. And you're going to keep working in June. You got a lot of work to do, Scorpio. So take care of your body. Timestamp. Sagittarius. 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 I feel like for Sagittarius, I gotta pull out a new card. Somebody guide me on Sagittarius and what they need to know. Thank y'all for helping with the sea salt joint in the chat. Thank y'all for new ones for being on here and pressing that thumbs up button as you go ahead and vote. I see 50% of you are chilling. Oh, Sag, this is what it is. This is what it is, Sag, because you're going through the 5th house. Your Jupiter is 5th house. This is your creative expression, right? Sag, it's really hard to be a Sagittarius, right? You're a god walking among humans, right? Literally. So it's really hard to be a Sagittarius and to be that 5th house, your most unique character. That's why you got the raccoon. Because the raccoon has said it's time to come out that hiding. It's time to come away from that shadowy self where you're hiding your talents and your gifts. Literally, this is what this card says. You're hiding your talents and your gifts. And this Jupiter expansion, it's going to force you out. Okay? Jupiter in Aries on this transit is going to force you out to make sure that you're no longer hiding those talents. You're no longer hiding what makes you so unique. Part of what makes you so unique is you're the first god. You're the first god coming out of Scorpio. You stepped all the way and ascended into godhood, yet you're still unique. Why? Because your feet are still planted on the earth. Your feet are still planted on the earth. So what am I saying? You got to really start to hone and ground that mutable flame, because that mutable flame is amazing to set wildfires, but wildfires are not sustainable and that energy is not focused enough. Like 5th house is Leo. 5th house is focused and sustained bonfire type energy. It's like, yo, you got to have a right tribe. Part of this expansion for you is expanding into the right circles, expanding into the circles that keep your flames in check so that you don't just waste your energy. And it's like, where did all this God level energy go? It's like, oh, one fire there, one fire there, one fire there, one fire there. You're going to learn how to really concentrate that and focus on really grounding your feet and realizing that grounding earth, materialization, this is what Mercury in Taurus will do as we step back in the retrograde to Mercury in Taurus. Grounding the idea of what your tribe looks like, the idea of your unique expression and your creative expression. Grounding it with your feet on the ground. You're the centaur, right? Will allow the vision, fire signs are visionaries, will allow the vision to actually materialize. Sag, I see a north node there in Sagittarius. Your vision will actually begin to materialize. You like the comfort zone. Yeah. Well, got to come out the shadows. Got to come out the shadows. Look at this. Look at the raccoon. It's even kind of like, you know, hiding behind its tail a little bit. So I'm glad that I'm coming up to a close. It's getting cold. I'm getting goosebumps out this mofo. All right, Jupiter in Aries. Timestamp. Capricorn. All right, Cap. Capricorn, here we go. 4th house. This time frame, you about to meet your father, baby. 4th house. Oh, we got a clear as day. This is partnership. I know a Cap rising, so I have like some like insight, personal insight right now. Actually, my little sister's a Cap rising too, but she's 16, so she's in a whole different bracket. But this is you expanding your home. I know a Cap rising that's actually getting ready to leave Spain and come to New York City, and he is literally doing that like May, like the end of. I'm saying too much out loud. I'm shutting the hell up. Okay. But home is expanding. Your home Cap rising is expanding. What you consider home. This is new fertile ground coming up for you. All right. Damn, 5 planets in Sagittarius. Venus in one of them. Oh, Brandy. We're gonna help you with that. I know you got your AstroTherapy session. We're gonna help you with that. I'm gonna turn you. Oh my God. I'm gonna make you a beast. You're probably already a beast, but I'm gonna help you really go beast mode in that Sag energy. But I'm gonna digress. Capricorn, you are now in the process of making fertile ground. Okay, this fertile ground is gonna actually bring you a partner. I don't know if you're looking for a partner, if you want a partner. It doesn't have to be romance. I'm kind of getting the vibe that this is somebody that you're emotionally. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up. Okay, Cap Rising, this is what I see. You're making and creating fertile ground so that your business partnerships can really help to essentially be that fertile ground for your dreams, to be emotionally connected to what you need, to where you're going, so that your nervous system is in alignment with it. Literally, that your entire spine and back is into it, that your support system is really there, okay? And you might be having to really connect with family, you know? I would say connection with your father would be very beneficial, but all of that is going to bring in, I think, a very lucrative business partnership. I really believe that family time is going to bring a very lucrative business partnership, a place to step more into the private sectors of your life. Jupiter in Aries is going to help you to step into the private sectors in order for you to expand your identity, in order for you to expand what you desire. So these delays are just having you really just take the time to get more emotionally intelligent, so that you really are having your feelings aligned, your entire nervous system aligned with what this expansion of your character in this role of life looks and feels like. That's what I find is going to be more important. And then a lucrative business partnership will come up by January 2023. But not only that, Capricorn, I believe that you around this time will have a platonic friendship, maybe even a couple, but one of those out of the couple platonic friendships will actually turn into a very sustainable partnership. Now, you're going to see a glimpse of this, okay? It's going to be very clear around May 21st, right? You're going to get a clear image of this around May 21st. You might just meet somebody that might emulate that partner. Yet, and however, around June 18th to the 28th, okay, right before Jupiter goes retrograde, you will then recognize that if you wait too long on certain emotions that you feel, okay, for a platonic business or romantic partner, if you wait too long, you're going to miss it. Because foxes are very quick and sly. They don't, I know, right? I actually see foxes in this backyard all the time. This is like one of the places that I see real life foxes. Foxes are really incredible creatures. Foxes actually one of my spirit animals. The fox is one of my spirit animals. It's very cunning. It's very clever. It's very sly. It can jump about 10 feet, and it's funny because they're tiny. Foxes are like this big, yo. They're mad small, but they can jump like a 10-foot gate. And it's like, I'm small and I can dunk a basketball. Like, I mean, black guy, I can jump really high. Like, how ironic, right? But beyond that, this card, I feel like I really want to even take it one more step, Capricorn. My Caps are getting a little extra love today, whatever that's about. This partnership that's coming for you, Capricorn, it's going to be stable, okay? It's not going to be shaky. You might have dealt with some flimsy people, but this one's not flimsy, all right? This one is lasting. I promise you, this one's lasting. My Cap, 4th house, but you got to get in touch with your emotions. There are some emotions that you've kept private that you got to start addressing about yourself. Something within yourself you have to address during this time frame as Jupiter expands. All right. The fox is an enchanting creature with plenty of mystique to go around. Fox personalities are skillful in business. I freaking called it, and I forgot about that part for fox. Skillful in business and also make great teachers. Yep. That's what I'm saying. Business is about to pop. January 2023, you about to get the bag. Okay, Capricorn? During January 2023, you about to get the bag. Foxes are quick to learn, and they adapt well to new situations. Foxes are ideal life partners as they commit to their relationships. That's what Capricorn wants. Capricorn wants commitment, okay? Stability, durability, last through time. Capricorn Saturn is time itself. Yeah, they commit to the long term, and their natural charisma keeps things exciting. The fox energy helps us to stay true to those who are most dear to us. I'm feeling this right now for myself too, on some real. Because again, like I said, purpose, direction, dharma, that's everything that pulled up in this deck today, right? Purpose, direction, dharma. My direction, my north node is in Capricorn, literally. So I'm talking to myself right now. My purpose, direction, dharma is building the family. That's a part of it. So this card is like really for me as well on my Capricorn north node. Foxes help you stay true to those most dear. When this card appears, reconnect to those you love. I'm about to call up my shorty. I'm like, what are you doing, shorty? Hey, shorty. I heard I'm supposed to give. Yeah. How'd you know? Okay. No, I'm not changing my voice for you. I'm not changing my voice for you, baby girl. That's my voice. Nah, this is just how I talk at nighttime. Yeah, before bed. Okay. What you wearing? You wearing that thing? Hold on, I'm about to finish this live up. 1 second. You wearing that thing? Hold on, I'm out. Okay. Yo, y'all silly, yo. Y'all get out of here, yo. Baby girl. Where baby girl at? Baby girl. Okay. Reconnect to those you love. Foxes don't do well when they slip away. And this is what I wanted to say. So if you really ignore your emotions, then, you're going to let the fox slip. And this card, to bring it to balance, focus on partnership and connection. When you're out of balance, you're feeling sneaky, unsure of your identity. Oh my God! Jupiter in Aries, Venus in Aries. This is what I've said. This is what I said. If you stay private, because fourth house's private life is what nobody else sees, is what you do when in the comfort of your own home. I literally said it. Man, I'm nasty with the Animal Oracle deck. I love this joint. You're feeling sneaky and unsure of your identity. The unsure of your identity is where I think this applies the most. I don't really think any of you Cap Risings are being sneaky out there, to be honest. I feel it's more specifically on the fact that you could be potentially unsure of your identity and what that expansion looks like. So you got to go private. You got to go inwards. Shireen, you're a Cap Rising, right? It says when you're in balance, you're an ingenious teacher. You're an ingenious teacher. And I know you're literally like the next one I have to come up on my live. And so I'm going to reach out with those dates. I'm just trying to really situate my schedule. Because my truck is booming in all the right ways. But I'm trying to find the space. I'm going to get you, I promise you. When in balance, you're magical, an ingenious teacher, and you're monogamous. And this is really what it's about as well, Like, quite frankly, I'm not even on all that polyamorous and stuff like that. Like, I need a durable, stable partner. Nobody come to me with no sideways joint. I'm not going to give you no D for fun. It's just not happening. Nobody trying to sneak in. No, it's just not. None of that. No. No. So, partnership. Cap. Third house, Jupiter. That's you. Aquarius. Time stamp. Okay, Scorpio rising with the Cap sun. Okay, I got you. It's time for someone to reach out for me for a change. Elijah, I'm going to tell you this right now. As a male, you're a man, right? Don't spend the time manifesting this woman. That's not you. Spend your time on your purpose and direction. You allow your pheromones to attract this woman. So, yeah, you're right. She needs to reach out to you. She needs to go ahead and make that effort, okay? Let her do that. Whoever that is, whoever she is, you energetically attract her because you got your purpose and your direction in check. Get your masculine energy in check, purpose and direction. You get real stern. You get to understand your frame and your values, and she'll come to you. All right. Yep, it's time to come out and play. I like that. I like the way that sounds. And you said how that got me excited. Like, come out and play. The trees around you blend in with the card. Yeah, wow, this card is sick with the trees in the back. You're right. Okay. Let them come to you. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, women. Thank you for my divine women in here. Talking to Elijah. Let her come to you, honestly. Because women got way too many options, quite frankly. They got way too many options. And if they don't want you, then you're really blowing all your steam in the wrong direction. Because they will then use you. That's how you get your money got. And that's how you get off your purpose, off track, off direction. And they're going to consider you weak anyways, if that's the case. So in order for a woman to trust you with divine feminine energy, she needs to know that you're stable and stern. And that you're going to tell her no. And you're going to push her up against the wall. And you're going to open her with your belly into her belly. And you're going to lift her arms up, which is going to open her heart all the way. And you're going to just go ahead and just kiss her heart. It's just going to just drop like a bucket of water. That's what I like to call an intergalactic nookie drop. I'm calling the nookie that gushy thing that creams. Arr. Okay. Oh, I'm on one today. I like it. All right. Aquarius, you're in the 3rd house. Aquarius, you're finally going to start talking to people. Aquarius, you're recognizing that there is something about what makes you unique. It's the fact that you got all the connections in the zodiac. You're literally connected with absolutely everybody. You're the reason why hopes and dreams come true. You're the reason why humanity is actually in the masculine energy staring off in the right way. Astro Hitch, baby. Yo, you funny as shoe. You funny as shoe. Shoe had to redirect my energy. Good. Astro Hitch. I rock with it. Yo, you know what's mad funny about Hitch? Okay, so I was in Mexico City, right? And I had got this cacahuate, which is like peanuts, but Mexican peanuts, and I cooked with it. And apparently, I'm highly allergic. Yo,
What you doing?
what up? Come on, auntie. Yeah, I'm on the live. Come say, say this. Hold on. They gonna throw some respect in the auntie name. Oh, you got my letter?
PJ.
You got my letter?
Yeah, I was laughing at you.
What, the old school joint?
I cannot.
Yo, so I pulled up with my aunt, and I dropped the letter in her mailbox. I was like,
who is that? Wait a minute.
I was like, I don't got no cell phone service, yo, so I might just pull up on you. So I did, and I wrote a letter in like 4 different colors. Old school joint. I'm like, yo, come knock on my front door. You really know who I am? All right, pull up. So Aquarius, really, I think you're gonna start talking to people. 3rd house, you're gonna start realizing that you really know and are connected with everybody with the hopes and dreams. Every one of your hopes and dreams are just right in front of you. You're ready for it. Part of this new step into your character, this new step into your identity is just about, for all my Aquarius suns and risings, it's about actually talking. It's about actually realizing that you need to expand who you once thought you were. You don't like talking to a lot of people. Like, people think that Aquarius, because they know everybody, they like to talk to everybody. It's like reality. They only tell you, a bunch of nonsense. No one really knows Aquarius. This is the thing about Aquarius. Nobody knows Aquarius. Everybody thinks they do, but Aquarius are like the #1 spies in the zodiac. So you're starting to realize that there's a certain benefit to your own personal hopes and your dreams coming true by you allowing yourself to stop having that superiority God complex and thinking that you're above and beyond each and everything. Yes, you do have a level of intelligence that is cosmic in nature, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to really be able to embrace really community in the right way, the unique and the perfect communities for you, unless you start really taking on this new step into your identity. So check in with the dates from January. I lied. From June 18th this year, my father's birthday, who is an Aquarius rising, which is funny, and then to the 28th. That will give you the glimpse, and everything that happens then, let it come back full circle with abundance on the year 2023 in January. Last one, Pisces, money, baby. This what's up? I'm in my last one. I'm on a live. I'm actually doing my last one right now. No, you're good. I'm about to be like 10 more minutes. You want to sit right here? It's nice outside. Okay, cool.
What are you doing?
I'm going to do then. I'm going to make it do what it do, baby. All right, so the last thing that we got going on is Pisces, and that's your 2nd house. We're talking money. Everything about you stepping into you is going to get you paid. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to get you paid, Pisces. But it's going to get you paid because you're starting to understand what parts of your own personal character do you actually value. When you realize what you value about yourself, that's when the money is going to pull in. But right now, Pisces, what's been important is you like to do this, okay? You like to have your tentacles and a little bit of everything. Everything about you and your personal character, you in this mind, okay? Not that you're necessarily assigned in your mind, but more so in your dreams. Because look at the colors in the head, right? All those colors are like all the different realities that you jump out of, and all of the different colors of people that you just adapt like a chameleon. You adapt and you take on and you shapeshift like a chameleon. And because of that, there's certain parts of your own personal character where it's like you kind of gave up the responsibility of having to make choices for yourself, because all you got to do is be like everybody else. The last thing you need to do is be like yourself. But that's really not going to work and cut it during this Jupiter in Aries transit. And so for you to really get the bag, I'm talking about the material bag, it's going to be about coming out of the dreams and letting go of all these slippery relationships. Because the octopus represents slippery relationship. It's like you can get in your head so much and you can create so many dreams, so many realities, Pisces, that you really just lose track of, oh my God, you're on Earth. You literally lose track of like, oh my God, you're on Earth. The octopus can also squeeze and fit into almost anything. You see what I'm saying? I did not know that, but I can see the image right now. And this is a part of Pisces. You are the one zodiac sign that has a little bit of every other zodiac sign within you. This is you squeezing and fitting into everything. This is you, you know, literally manifesting realities that, great, you got exactly what you wanted. It comes true, but does it last? And the reason why it doesn't last, because you got to take your time. And with this Jupiter expansion, expand primarily into yourself. Allow that expansion into yourself be what energetically allows you to embrace what you value as for the foundations, which ultimately will bring you the right amount of money that you are worth, that you are literally deserving of. This is what's necessary. Stop trying to fit into every little crack. I always went after the person I was interested in. I was in my masculine energy for so long. Yeah. Okay, I don't think he's interested. Octopus, yeah. Oh, Clark said, you trying to make someone listen or hear you out? I had a dream this person I like was sticking his tongue in my ear. Oh, damn. That got me like wanting like, can somebody stick their tongue in my ear? You know, just don't let me know you're going to do it though. You know, you got to surprise me. You know? Whew. Stick your tongue in my ear. You got the right dream. Let me have them dreams. You got the good dreams. They can also regenerate. Yeah. Wow. You know so much about octopuses. This is like freaking SeaWorld out here. Like you got the infographics. Like, this is the report, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jupiter in Aries part 2. This is what everything looks like. I'm going to take the moment to, in case anybody didn't see it and you want to see it, I'm going to drop right here, part 1. I am definitely very nasty. I am a super freak. I am not going to lie to you. It is what it is. It's always been that way. And I love it. So, no shame. Venus in Aries has no shame. I want y'all to also understand that. Like, Aries in itself naturally doesn't have shame, but we went through this cycle where we became shameful because people did their job in a way where like they did get us, they gaslighted us, we believed it for a little bit, but we came back. We back now, and there's no shame in being absolutely awesome and a super freak. No shame at all. You just got, but it ain't going to everybody though. That's the thing. It's not going to everybody. You don't want to know the rest of the dream? Yes, the hell we do. We want to know all of your dream. I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody in here is a dream interpreter. We're a bunch of magicians. We want to know your dream. We're trying to get hot and heavy, baby. Come on, let me get hot and heavy before you get out of here. Let me get hot and heavy. Tell us something. Thank y'all for those 20 votes. Definitely pull up to the Angel Reiki class this weekend. I think right now there's about 26 people, I think, coming up in the class. We back now. Do something strange. I was told that I have a long tongue. It could help the collective. Yo, that is the illest. You said you peeped. I said I peeped. Yo, that's what's mad funny too, because when I was told this was not somebody that done got the wet works. Okay, this is not somebody that even is familiar with me even talking about the wet works. So I was like, how the heck do you know I have a long tongue? And it's really interesting what people be watching. I don't have a long tongue. Yo, y'all the greatest. Okay, so I check y'all. J-Lo, I believe I actually got you in the morning. Welcome. We're gonna have a real live AstroTherapy session. That's gonna be dope. I thank y'all for those donations. I will see y'all soon. I meant to last say for this Jupiter Aries message that everything's going on Chiron and Aries. So understand that all of this will come, the things that I'm talking about, over some healing that really what I see with this expansion to Jupiter and Venus there is that we're going to be able to start valuing the conflict that actually heals our personal identity. We're going to actually be bold and brave enough to go through it. These delays are we're going to take on all the wounds that have somewhere hurt us where we have not been allowed to be ourselves, but we're going to look at those wounds now in a way where it's like, I see the tongue emoji on there, gang, 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 gang. Sign me up. You know, we're now looking at our wounds in a bold way where they're actually becoming superpowers. They're becoming a part of our greatest strength because, you know, there is a strength in vulnerability. There's a strength in a person that really takes the time to lick their wounds, like literally, like to lick their wounds. You know, how does a dog or a fox heal himself? There's a certain healing element on your tongue that will allow you to actually survive and go through that process. So full circle, that's what it is. Aries with the serpent tongue. Yo, you have watched that live. Aries is the tongue. It's the tip of the tongue. I have Chiron and Aries. Whoop. And they've been getting at me for a while now. Yeah, collective healing. Now it's all about me. Gang, 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 gang. I see how it is. Yeah, we definitely gonna cover that Chiron and Aries because this is a great time. This is a time where now we actually have the courage and the initiative to push forward into these new parts of our identity. These wounds aren't holding us back anymore. They're actually starting to supercharge and empower us and push us from behind rather than stand in front of us. Did you just hear what I said? That's confirmation. Chiron and Aries, these wounds are starting to push us from behind rather than stand in front of us. They are now the accelerator. Oh, y'all coming out. Y'all coming out with the Mr. McNasty on the chat today. Yo, I might have to have a whole live just where we can get freaky on that thing. Maybe I'll do one of my favorite is sex magic. Quite frankly, it really is. So I think that I'm going to do a live on sex magic. I know that for a fact that I will do a live on sex magic. There's no way not to. And I feel like it's actually a really important time because of Venus and Aries and us following our more primitive desires, Mr. McNasty. Yes. Lick that thing up like a hot summer day when the ice cream melting. Wow. Oh, that's it. I'm out, yo. Holy water in the chat. You know when your tongue does that little spit at the bottom? Hey, when it comes from underneath, that's the holy water from the serpent's tongue. When, you know, we always do that part on accident. It just squirts out. Can you take us through what will be happening at the event? Absolutely. Absolutely. So in the Angel Reiki event, what's going down is I'm helping you to close celestial doors. Okay, I'm literally calling Archangel Michael. And I am an angelic Reiki practitioner, level 2 at this point. I have not done my 3-4 yet, but I will. There's going to be a movement meditation involved. This is the Scorpio lunar eclipse, right? These are grand closings. We're closing out such a traumatic story going back from 2014 and 2018. It's such a dramatic stories that we're closing out, dramatic timelines where I really feel like we're going to need celestial support to close some of these doors. Scorpio is very powerful in nature and is very clever in how it hides some of the more private, unconscious behaviors and patterns of it. It does a really good job at sweeping things under the rug. So this event is me helping to actually call on Archangel Michael. Quite frankly, I think that Raphael will automatically be there. I can tell you that Mahatasaya will be there as well to help with the balancing of everything, as well as I just know like at least one more is going to pull up. But I'm going to allow them to pull up on their own based off of what we need. I'm also going to do a candle magic ritual, primarily with a green and blue candle for our throat and our heart chakras. So our throat and heart chakras are going to be covered. So in the meanwhile, I'm going to have us all set intentions, clarify those things, and actually go through the candle magic ritual with you all. So that'll happen. And then I got a guest speaker coming on, which might actually be Shireen. I just got to talk with somebody else to see if they're coming or not. If this other person's not coming, Shireen, you're going to be up on Saturday. But I should message them like now. Let me do it now so I can stop like BSing. This is Aries energy. Let me see. Bam, 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 bam. Bow, bow, bow. Hey, what's going on? I wanted to check in real quick. Saturday, I know we're doing the event. I know you're going to do some tarot pulls, but I'm asking for the open permission before I give that spot to somebody else, literally right now as I do a live. I know you're going to be on a trip that weekend. That's what didn't let you confirm if you will or will not be able to do it. But I'm actually going to ask you for a green light, yes or no. Okay, wait. Shireen, is that green light if she says no? I'm going to just assume that that's a yes. Okay, so here's my new affirmative action. I would like to take your spot and give it to somebody else with all respect. And you know we've done multiple events together and we're going to do more. But you were offered that position first. So either you're going to be with your girls on that weekend or you're not. But let me know. I need a clear answer. I love you. All right. So that just happened. Green light. Boom. Look at that. Fire signs. Visionaries. See in the future. Here's the last thing I'll give y'all. I dropped this today. I went to get Chinese food. Hello. And everybody loves Chinese food. And this says, I got my little fortune cookie. Faith is knowing there is an ocean when you can only see the stream. Faith is knowing that there is an ocean when you can only see the stream. That is what's been required during this time. I'm sleeping with the Bible under my mattress, had some wonderful dreams, and woke up happy. Well, if all I need is a Bible under my mattress to have dreams in the way you do, then I'm about to go buy one tonight. I'm about to hit it up on Amazon, have it delivered on Prime. Give me that express. I need that express wet dream. I'll see y'all soon. Y'all rock. I love you all. Really, I appreciate it.